Hey, my name is Manika-Nia. I pretty much just woke up. I had a tidy of my flat, and then I thought to myself that I really want to record this video and I want to share something with as many people that watch it. Got a mosquito bite right here, and I'm very annoyed because my boyfriend left the windows open last night. But in spite of that, what I want to talk about today is ways to stay positive, and I want to talk about why that's important. So first, let me introduce something about myself. I come from a really amazing family, just really talented, beautiful people. But the one thing that I can say about my own family and many members is that we struggle with feeling positive and understanding why positivity is so important. And I want to share something about my story. So, ever since I could remember, and I've been journaling for a long time, I've got some little papers that I used to write from ages ago. And what is very, very similar in all my own writing was such negativity. I was such a girl who thought that the odds were always stacked against me, and I thought that maybe that the world wasn't the best, or that it's not easy to win or to succeed or to have really great things happen in your life. And I know that so many of my own family members are very similar. Maybe we shared the same mindset, maybe we grew up in the same kind of environment, but something extraordinary happened for me. And I had moved to London to study abroad, and are still such a negative Nancy. And by negative, I was just very not positive. And first, let me go off and tell you why it's so important to be positive, okay? We literally are walking magnets, everybody on earth. So what you give off is what you attract in, okay? If you see some of the most successful people in the world, these people are not sitting there talking about their failures or talking about how bad things are, but maybe they're talking about success. Maybe they're talking about the great things that come their way, and you can see something in positive people. Let's talk physical, okay? People that are positive and that give this off, maybe their hair is really, really not just long, but I mean luxurious. Like, how do you do that? That's growth. That's feeding love into it. It's the same with people's skin. It's the same with their body, okay? This kind of stuff is not taught to us. Maybe we don't realize or know that that's how it works, but it is. Someone, think of maybe an ornery old man, who's just giving off all this and that, the world is blah 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 blah. And maybe what he's attracting, what kind of houses do people that are the most negative live in? What kind of maybe bodies do they have? What kind of cars do they drive? And these are all just material things that I'm talking about. But let's talk about physical. Let's talk about health. What does their health look like? I just want everybody out there who does watch this to really do some research, really have a think about it, really have a look at other people around you and other people in the world. And maybe if this rings true for you, you can try it out. Try something different than you have in your life. And so now let me go back to me. Being, just really negative about things. It was always, nothing was good enough, the conditions were never right. And I wasn't feeling very fulfilled in life because of this. If I'm always waiting for the bottom to fall out, guess what? It always would, And I attribute my awakening to a lot of things. It wasn't just overnight, though. There was one time I was feeling, I learned all of this horrible stuff about the world, and I would talk about it all the time. I'd tell other people, and it just was horrible. And I thought, oh, look what's happening to the world. It's going down. And then once I had went to one of my good friend Harvey Bautista's house, and he wanted to show me something on YouTube. And at first I was really like, oh, he's going to show me more of this all evil stuff that I've been talking about. But he didn't. He showed me a video from someone called Joe Rogan. If you never heard of him. He used to be on Fear Factor, but that's nothing I want to talk about because he is just an extraordinary individual. He's got a podcast that I would really recommend you to check out. But this very short video, it said a few things, and it just really resonated with me. It talked about eating healthy. It talked about just looking at the world in this different view, and I was awe-struck, just like how I was then. Just couldn't even get words out. It nearly brought me to tears because I was like, wow, I mean, it was so simple, you know? If you want something better in your life, if you want to feel more fulfilled, why are you going to sit there and give off all of these negative vibes? Surely that's attracting negative vibes for you, you know? And that was the first step for me in realizing that if I wanted something different, then I had to vibrate differently. Very funny, but it's from this book called Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting. Fantastic book. And I'd recommend it. I'll put the author and I'll put everything down in the bottom of this video so you can see. But in that book, I learned that we were taught backwards, you know, and a lot of us, there are these certain things that we think like, oh, that's just the way it is, you know. We think that there's scarcity in the world and that you have to compete with other people for resources, including happiness. And I'm here to say that it's not true, you know. And don't take my word for it. Try things, you know, read up on things, listen to other people, because for me it's really helped. And I still not to say struggle, but of course I'm human, and there's not every single day where I'm like, oh, I'm so happy, everything's great in the world. No, I go through motions just like all of us do, but the difference with me now than how I was earlier in my life and for a good portion of my life is that I have a different view now. I know that things don't always have to be bad. I know instead of saying, oh, I'm not going to win or I'm not going to get that, just to think in a different way, you know, to say, oh, you can do this, just to be really motivational for yourself. And to a few tips that I would say is surround yourself around people that see the beauty in life, not so much cynical people who maybe make you feel like you can't do something. Listen to people that uplift you, that inspire you. Being inspired is one of the most amazing things, you know. If you can look at somebody else and you can say, oh my God, you are doing something and you're making me want to do something, that's inspiration. And being inspired is where all of the great artists in the world, and an artist is not someone who just paints, you know. An artist is someone who has passion for what they do, and when other people view what they do, they can feel something. So this video is just for all of you out there who are maybe transitioning into a different viewpoint. These are for people who maybe are struggling with feeling down or feeling negative. I'm telling you, you can do this, you know, whatever it is that you want to do. Lift yourself up and really find a way to smash it in life, you know. What I mean by smash it is just doing something that you love. Being happy is, I think, one of the fundamental things that we don't realize is fundamental. You know, when you're happy, things start going well for you. There is something that I'd like to bring up. We all heard of the expression, when it rains, it pours, you know, but we never understood, or I personally never understood why. Why is it that when it rains, it pours? So say, for example, you wake up, you're in a bad mood, and then you stub your toe, and then you can't find your car keys, and then you're late to work, and then your boss yells at you, and you're just having this really down day, you know? Now let's go on the other side of the spectrum, okay? Say that you wake up and you're feeling great, and then you walk out your door and you find some money on the floor, and then somebody calls you and they're like, oh my goodness, I just won tickets and I want to take you with me, and you're just having this fabulous day. This is where it rains, it pours comes from. And it's that same principle that I told you in the beginning, that we're walking magnets. So you like attracts like. So you're going to attract whatever you're giving off. So if that's the case, try and give off happiness. Try and give off whatever you want to attract in, because it's going to help. And this kind of thing is backwards to a lot of people. I'm I came back after I had this huge wave of positivity strike me, and this huge perception change, and I was like, oh my god, this is what my family needs. I have to tell them. I have to tell everybody. And so I set up a seminar for my family, and it was just really bad because so many people walked out. Everyone was like, what is this? What is this girl on about? Oh my goodness. So, just walked out, person after person after person. And, it made me a little bit like shocked. And I was like, why is no one picking this up as I am? But so what I'm saying is, this for people might sound strange, or it might sound like, yeah, right, that doesn't work. But I'm just here to tell you, try it. Why not? What's it gonna hurt? Anytime that you are feeling down, instead of hanker on that, instead of stew, instead of going over and over, oh, this and that, all the bad things, try and think of some positive things. Try and think of ways to appreciate something or to be thankful, and see if it doesn't change your life. I'm giving you all a challenge. Take a 30-day challenge and see if you can't change some of the ways in your life to a better, just happier life. And just to all my family out there, if anybody sees this, I love you all so much. I'm really proud of you, and I hope that everybody, including me, can remember to really, really just push, because we're here in this life. There's no point being miserable, So anyway, I'm going to be on here quite often, very short videos like this. I'm on a hair journey, so be ready to watch some videos on how that goes, and lots more, okay? Good to see you all. Well, sort of. And I'll see you soon. Bye.